Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the Wednesday Night Blankets. Ringside Rants.
Wednesday Night Blankets, baby.
Yours truly, Just Mike. To my right, as always, Josh, aka Back Karma. And below me, we have Strong Style Phil. How the hell are you guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Other than getting fired Monday from my job, I'm doing all right.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Damn, man. Sorry.
Why are you gonna bring us down, Phil? Why are you gonna bring us down, dude? It's a Wednesday night.
You know what that means?
I was about ready to hit the desk, then you just brought it down low.
Yeah, dude, it's like you want some tissues. I didn't even know any of this before we went live. Well, I take it back. I found out 10 minutes ago. But the thing I'm saying though, Phil, is this, man. Every opportunity that closes a door in front of you, there's always a window you can escape into. Something of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like I'm gonna bounce back up to it. So I got some options. I'm actually working on it right now, and I just took care of some things earlier today, so I'll be all right.
Treat this new job like a girlfriend.
I hope I do get it soon.
Always have options.
Damn right. Man, a lot of crazy things are going on. A lot more people got fired from TNA yesterday. Speaking of firings,
Gail Kim.
I know, it's insane.
Gail Kim, I didn't even know she was still employed.
Let me say this again, and I'm going to reiterate what I'm about to tell you. There is a lot of things happening in the world of wrestling that we are unaware of. There are a lot of things in the world of wrestling that people think that they know everything, and we don't. Mm-hmm. We have no clue. There are people out there that are looking for jobs, just like you, Phil, and in the sport of wrestling, and because they don't have anything to fall back on, this is what they do. This is what they love to do. This is what they breathe to do. This is what their job is, and it's so niche and so small, but there's a lot of places out there that can actually house people and give them actually good money and actually let them make a good living doing it.
I know Kim's gonna be fine,
dude. She's not going back to the WWE.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. She'd be great now at the AEW though.
Why does everybody say that? Why does everybody assume that she would go to AEW? Why won't she go to Scott D'Amore's MLP?
Because they only broadcast every 2 months, once a month.
The thing is, why can't she go to GCW?
Well, she's not an active wrestler, so she'll be like some kind of backstage personality, and really, they don't do backstage personalities. I mean. They definitely don't have trainers.
No.
So, honestly, it would only be AEW. I mean, they're in need of some trainers. They're in need of some help.
She'd be good booking for help. She'd be a great. I think she'd be great creative for the women's division, in my opinion. Like Tony needs. You said, Tony needs help with the creative.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm looking here. I'm looking.
She'd be a great asset anywhere she goes.
Because was it Kenny Omega was like that the booker for the women in AEW or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
no
offense. I mean, he don't know shit. He don't know shit about. He knows about Japanese Stardom wrestling. That's about it.
And also Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. Speaking
of which, Mina is signing with AEW at the end of her Stardom.
Yeah.
Something I want to bring up.
Something else I want to bring up. When did fucking Octagon Jr. get signed by TNA?
Octagon Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't watch TNA, so I don't. The reason why I don't watch TNA is because the cable broadcasting system that I got does not offer the channel for TNA.
Speaking of which, I also found out that the main head creatives now of TNA is going to be none other than what's his name, Delirious.
Yeah.
Which he was a good booker and everything. I just think TNA wants to keep it simple.
Guess who? Okay, there he is. Okay, Dreamer's still there. My buddy's gone.
Rhino's gone because he didn't want to take a pay cut.
Rhino's gone. Yeah.
And PCO is gone, well, because he destroyed the digital championship in front of the Alliance.
He's been gone for a couple of months now.
All right, look, check this out, man. Heath Slater's gone.
Speedball's gone.
Yeah, we already knew that one. I mean,
Josh Alexander.
Yeah. I'm looking at this whole roster, man, like literally looking at it as I'm talking to you. And I see some missing people, and I don't know who they are. Like, what happened to the what was his name?
It would be any former WWE employee.
I actually have it. My friend Jordan found some of the stuff from. Here's some sources he got from Fightful.
Look here, man. Look. I want y'all to see this roster, how slim it is now.
Okay.
You have Joey Henry, Masha, Moose, the Hardys, and Ashbat Elegance, right? Tag team knockout champions. ABC, Ace Steel, AJ Branch. All these right here are understandable. Campaign Singh, Chris Bay, which thank God he's actually walking again. Hallelujah.
I'm glad too.
Dude, what you say? Cody Deaner, Crazy Steve.
I believe Crazy Steve's still there.
Eric Young, Gia, Frankie.
Havoc's still there. Okay.
Xarian.
Jack Price, Jake Something, Jason Hotch, Jody Threat, JDC, Jeff Hardy, John Skyler.
You and Joe Hendry.
I do.
Laredo.
Lee Ying Lee. Okay,
Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona, the 30 companies that he's in.
Mike Santana.
Moose. We still got Rosemary. That's still good.
Holy shit. Octagon Jr.
That's what I said, dude. Like, when the fuck did they get Octagon?
Sammy Callahan.
They still got Sammy Callahan still with them?
Yeah.
Santana Morella. Shogun. He looks badass.
Steph DeLander, Shira. Steve Macklin is awesome. Tessa,
Tasha Steels. The Aztec Warrior Holmes.
Yeah. The Great Hands, Hardys. Y'all know who's missing here?
The System.
Do y'all see somebody missing here that I am not catching?
No.
There is a person missing that we haven't talked about. He was a former announcer, Josh
Matthews. He was fired too.
No, what's his name? Aiden English or whatever he's going by now, ain't it?
Yeah, he's right here, dude. He's up here. Matthew Ravel. Yeah, he's there.
The Bruce Brothers podcast.
Mance Warner's
still there.
I'm telling you. WWE bought him. WWE bought him.
I don't think they bought him yet, but I think
they're planning to buy him.
Yeah, it's coming. You can tell it's coming, dude. I mean, they're gearing up for something, man. Because I mean, why else? I mean, who all got fired? Does anybody? I mean, do you really know?
They're basically trimming the fat.
Like I said, I haven't watched TNA.
Gil Kim, Ariel Sheener. All right, hold on. Gil Kim, Ariel Scherner, Rob Figman, and Michael Schwinsko. I'm reading. Here, we'll read this together. I don't know. I have no idea what happened or what's going on. It's April 30th. April 30th. So that's like the end of next month.
Basically, their contracts. They're just letting their contracts expire. They're not actually fired.
No. Well, actually, if you look at it though, Gail Kim is a free agent.
Yeah.
And also, yes, everyone, I did shave my beard. Hey, rest in peace and go to Valhalla.
I would love to hear her side of this. I would love to hear her side of this.
It's in the dumpster right now, or raccoons making love to it.
I would love to hear Gail Kim's side of the whole thing.
Let's just say $20 she's not happy about it. Because TNA was her home.
It was, man. And
I mean, where's she gonna go? Like I said, it's like where's she gonna go?
She basically feels like a person that's just been evicted from her home. You know, like
it's like where's she gonna go? It's like she's not gonna go to WWE.
She hates WWE because of what
AEW is the other choice. She's not gonna downgrade to NWA.
I don't know. Mickie James did.
Well, that's because her husband was there, but now her husband's in WWE. I'm surprised.
Hell no.
Really? Everybody loves Gail Kim.
Oh, come on.
All right. So let's talk about something that's other news I found out today. Saraya is no longer with AEW.
Yep.
Well, they finally let her go. She just let her contract expire.
She has no ill will towards AEW. She has no animosity towards Tony Khan. She just feels like AEW and her they're not a good fit no more. And they're not. I mean, I wish it was true. I wish it was a good fit. I really do. I really do. I think it would have been really cool because I would really love to see. They helped
bring her back, made her relevant again. You know, after that fatal injury, she had quite a minor comeback, but it kind of unfortunately fell flat though.
Gail Kim, even though you don't see her on TV, she's always been part of TNA. And what I mean by that, she's been on television at TNA every so often.
But she does a lot of behind the scenes work.
She does a lot of good stuff behind the scenes and everything. She basically was one of the backbones for women for the knockouts division in TNA. Yes, that's why
for them to have a voice.
That's why she's important to TNA. She basically she crawled so those women can walk.
Yeah. And it's like I said, once they got Curtis Scott D'Amore, that's when the dominoes were starting to fall. You know.
Hold on, Big Country. Hold on. Now this is the question I got for you, dog. Do you not understand the losing of Gail Kim is like maybe it's one of the domino pieces that needed to move for TKO WWE to purchase TNA and their library and all their rights?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to go on the record and say it's done deal, but they're moving pieces. They got rid of Josh Matthews. They got rid of Gail Kim.
Scott D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore always, he was one of the advocates against WWE. He wanted AEW to buy them. I mean, dude, he was working so hard with Tony Khan to get AEW to buy TNA.
In fact, Anthem was like, nope.
Yeah, they didn't think it was a serious thing, and Anthem just ignored it. Getting rid of Mid? I mean, I can see your point on that. I really can. But honestly, she didn't wrestle.
He was one of the heart of the women's division of TNA. She gave those women the heart and everything, you know.
But he's talking about like the whole entire roster, getting rid of all the mid carders. But at the same time, it's like, well,
it's not going to be the same though. They're going to change them with someone.
It's like what they're doing with Evolve right now.
they're not making money, period, in TNA right now. The reason that I take that back, TNA is making money because of the WWE sponsorship, and I call it a sponsorship. It's not a relationship; it's a sponsorship. WWE is giving them people, and in return,
they want them to get rid of some of their people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you want us to work with you. I mean, we're in this relationship now, and we're sponsoring all these people to come to your show, and you hired all these other people that we didn't know you had, and now it's time for them to hit the road, Jack. Got rid of Josh Matthews earlier this year. Gil Kim's gone. The next one I think is going to be gone is Tessa. Even though they signed her to a deal, they might.
He wants that heat.
They're going to have to break that contract. I don't know how long the contract Tessa has, but as soon as her contract's up, I think I just don't see it, man. Me personally, I don't see them. Well, I just don't see them keeping a lot of those people. I'm surprised AJ Francis is still even on the roster.
Mm-hmm. Especially with,
I know he loves WWE. I know Top Dollar loves WWE. I know he does.
I know. Once TNA folds is like maybe half. They'll probably take half of that roster, if that.
Well, the thing is, I think they should. Scott Steiner should be cool, but I think they're going to can TNA though, or unless they're going to keep TNA
as NXT Canada.
Ooh.
Ain't TNA Southern?
No, TNA started, and TNA actually originated in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, now Anthem, which is a Canadian, so.
If anything, they're going to do it like they're doing with the Evolve right now. It's WWE Evolve, so it's down the line. I guarantee it's going to be WWE total nonstop action.
I don't think they're going to put their name on it. I don't know. They might. They did it with Evolve. They did it with Evolve, which was stupid.
Yeah, they're going to slap their name over everything.
It's like I have this big massive slong and I'm going to flaunt it. That's what WWE is doing, and they are. It's like they walked out. Hey, y'all ever see that show that came on HBO back in the day, Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
Remember the guy walked out there and he put his dick on the table? That's basically what WWE's doing. That's
if anything, they're just gonna merge it. It's gonna be total nonstop NXT.
I believe what Phil said is almost on the right way, dude. I think it'll be WWE NXT Canada.
It is.
And
I was talking to my friend Jordan about it. My wrestling group, we were just talking about, what's going on with TNA, and it's just really sad because I feel bad for TNA because I really liked TNA back in the day.
But at the same time, they've been struggling for years. Like every time I watched, they're broadcasting from God, it'd be a place no bigger than my fucking basement, man. That's what it feels like. And it's like they can't have. Even though I give credit to AEW going to smaller venues, the venues that TNA broadcast from is like hell, fucking FOPs, man.
The thing about TNA, and I've been to a lot of TNA pay-per-views back in the day from 2007, 2006. I love TNA, the original TNA. TNA to me is a fun. It was great. I bought every pay-per-view from 2004 to 2009.
To me, I was glad, it gave wrestlers jobs that were released from WWE back in the day. Mm-hmm. Hell, they even gave Scott Hall a job when he got fired after the plane ride from hell.
But then he no-showed. He no-showed an event against Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe shot on him.
Ooh. Yeah, I heard Kevin Nash is still pissed off about that.
Yeah, Kevin Nash was mad as fuck. Yeah, I bought all the pay-per-views for TNA, man. I loved TNA. I was
Wait.
Hold on. I'm going to do a bust right here. I call bullshit because I remember that box. I remember the box.
I have the box too. Mr. I haven't bought a pay-per-view since 1997.
That's right. Damn right. And it's all due to this guy right here too.
So the thing is, though, why don't he join us, man? That would be awesome. He needs to join us. But the thing is, though, whenever Josh is lying,
bullshit. Hey, do you want to jump on live with us?
Yeah, you're more than welcome anytime. Yeah, send the link. Anybody's more than welcome. Our buddies from over. Speaking of which, I haven't responded to our friends over at Turnbuckles and Turntables. They were talking about us, and
okay,
and
what?
Wait, no. I'm sorry, that is not.
Frankfurt.
Hold on, this was. I have no idea, dude. That is not recent. Here we go. Videos. Live.
Sorry.
Hold on. There we go. There it is. Boom. No, Mike, you got to have the women's mid-card titles defended at Mania. They got to get established. I haven't responded until right this second. Now, Josh, and we'll come back to AEW in a second, Phil. I am going to time jump here a little bit because this right here takes precedence over everything, I think. Am I right or wrong, gentlemen?
All right. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Before we go any further, let me make sure I can get you guys in on this because I want y'all to see what I'm doing.
Well, they had a discussion and they were talking about what we were talking about, or is this?
Yeah. See this right here?
Uh-huh.
You gotta read it?
It's now, Mike, you got to have the women's mid-card titles
defended at Mania. They got to get established. Because remember, I was talking about. If you remember, I was talking about the tag team champions, which is Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, teaming up to take on Lyra Valkyrie and Chelsea Green. And they're saying that they need to have those titles defended at Mania, which, who is Valkyrie going to take on? Bayley?
Again?
I mean, and who is Chelsea Green going to take on? Nia Jax?
Her husband to jump on or something like that.
I mean, the way I look at it is, and I'm going to respond, and my response is this, because I wanted to be live and I wanted to be honest, is after Monday night, I still believe
that devil make your penis big.
What?
Nothing.
That All right. So this is what I'm saying. I think after Monday night, I still believe that the match should still be between Liv Raquel versus the champs. Now, Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, you can. I sent the link to you through text message.
There we go. I fixed it. There we go. And if they ever come on, I love the fact that Blake hung out with us last time, dude. That was awesome. I love it, and I really wish that they'd come back. Yeah, you can join from your phone. I don't care. But the thing is, after everything that happened on, did you watch Monday Night Raw, Josh? I know Phil did.
Excuse me.
Great Raw too at that.
Very great Raw, dude. Cena is getting major heat, dude.
Oh fuck yeah!
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Cena. Shut the fuck up.
And it's in another the other countries, and I just like the way they're just bashing them the way they are, and I'm like,
Cody Rhodes.
Once they come to America, they're going to start doing that.
They didn't do it whenever they left the pay-per-view in France. They didn't do it. But dude, did y'all watch? Well, you watched it, Josh, for Monday night. Penta versus Braun Breaker.
Holy shit!
That's gonna be a good match.
You've seen the match, dude. You've seen the match, and then we got interference from the Judgment Day.
Yeah, that was a good match, and it's like, then Judgment Day interfered, and it's like, oh fuck.
But if you recall correctly, I said that's going to be a Mania match.
Oh,
it has to be a Mania
match. Breaker.
It has to be, dude.
Apparently, Dirty Dom was jealous because he didn't get he can't get bangers.
Well,
actually, no, no, you can't. Honestly, Dominic is a good.
He's a good wrestler. They just make him
a good ass wrestler, and he got heat. That's the thing. He don't have to have be a good wrestler. He got heat. He just so.
Now I have a question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
You being of Latin descent, do you feel the Chad Gable versus the LWO, the luchador thing, is it racist?
No.
Why is there a lot of people in the IWC considering it racist?
Well, the Gulf of America thing, that's why.
Well, that's a Trump thing.
See, there's race and there's playing to what's going on in the world right now. And that's what he's doing. He's playing what's going on to the world right now, and he's going to get major.
He basically represents that stupidity going on in the world.
Yeah. So,
exactly.
But as considering it as racist, no.
He basically kind of representing what you Idiocracy, you know, like the movie by Mike Judge. You guys seen Idiocracy, haven't you?
Yeah. But
it represents sort of like Grande Americano sort of represents that.
As long as he's not trying to,
well, you're saying racist.
But you know what? Honestly, I find it hilarious that he's trying to do it.
I enjoy it. I really do.
I find it kind of cheesy, but it's
Chad Gable coming out. I'm sick. I can't wrestle.
I can't wrestle today.
Anyways, he's
gonna take my place. All right, I'll see you guys later. And thank you.
This could be a way. This could be a way for Sami Zayn. I just thought of something to bring back El Generico.
Nah, not in WWE. He can't, dude. He can't.
No, who owns the? No, who owns El Generico? Would be like
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yeah.
If it says entering the studio, you might need to get a better. Might have to re-update or jump out and jump back in, because that's the only way you can get back in. But the crazy part about it is the crazy part about all that happening in WWE, people are saying, "Oh, dude, it's racist and it's very deplorable and it's showing WWE's asshole antics and Triple H should be what's the word I'm using? Held accountable for all this and that." I don't think Triple H should be held accountable for this.
Honestly, yeah, it's like no. Honestly, if anyone would have had a problem with it, it would have been Rey Mysterio.
And I think
he's got that Latino hierarchy in there and everything. He's probably like, "Fuck no, that's hilarious. Put that shit on the air, man. Come on, it's even from the Gulf of America,
dude." And it's even talking about like the heritage, as far as like the Luchadors, Mil Mascaras, and the Guerrero family, and the Mysterio family, and all these other people, man, that come before him, and then all of a sudden, in the late 80s, early 90s, we had this grand luchador called the El Americano. El Americano. What is El Americano?
Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano.
See, here's the thing. I bet you all the people that are complaining, about being racist, white
people. They have to be, dude, because
I'll put my official Latin stamp of approval. I find it fucking hilarious.
See, and that's why I was asking, man, because there's a lot of people found it very, very offensive. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I don't find this very, very funny, and I don't like it. The Jericho Bandito thing.
Oh, you mean the Mask versus Championship?
Yes. It screams WCW.
Yeah, I really do hope he doesn't lose his mask. And I mean, because losing your mask is the most. I don't want Bandito to lose his mask. To be honest, I hope he wins.
Well, I mean, I don't think he should have put his mask on the line for that. I mean, dude, think about it. Bandito is one of the baddest mother.
I don't see him dropping the mask. Nah.
But then, see, that's what AEW has been doing lately, swerving us. No pun intended. That they've been, oh, you think this is going to happen? And bam, they hit you with a thing that you're like, that's not what I was wanting to happen. Hint, Christian jobbing out. It's pissed me off. And dude, what about the Death Riders tonight? Where were they?
Mm-hmm.
They got jumped.
By who?
No, they were there. They were there. The Death Riders were there.
Who did they get jumped by?
They're all there. Like they challenged.
They were there. They were there when Mox came out. Claudio and Marina Shafir came out, but they cut a promo on the backstage for the
Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yep, they're challenging the trio against rated FTR. Will you stop? It's not that bad.
Dude, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this wholeheartedly, because tonight screamed, I need help. All right. First of all, the very opening match was Blake Christian, who I freaking love, versus Kenny Omega, which I freaking love. And they tore the house down. And then everything after that felt lackluster.
You know what? That's been the main problem I have with the way they schedule their matches. It seems like a lot of the times they put the main event, the first match. I was like, come on. Well, don't get me wrong. The tag team match was at Thunder Rosa.
Thunder
It's Thunder Tits, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thunder Tits. Thunder Tits. Honestly, I would have put the Kenny Omega and Blake Christian match as the main event. That tag team match should have been the second to finish it.
And now, don't get me twisted here. Now, when MJF's music hit, there we go. That's what's up. About damn time, bro.
Hey,
what's up? What's up?
It won't let me use headphones.
Aw.
That's all right. I'm sitting outside.
Oh, you're
What's
sitting
up,
outside?
man? Long time no
Oh.
see.
Yeah, I'm sitting outside. Wife's in bed, so I'm just relaxing. So I'm just sitting in the backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
How cold is it up there? How cold is it up there where y'all from?
It's 92 degrees right now.
Lie like
Are you
hell.
in Florida or something?
I live in Arizona, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 92 there. It's 56 here. Where's it at where you live at, Josh?
It's about like let me see. It's 43 right now.
Yeah,
This
man.
dude's like, huh?
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt all the time.
And this
I
man
left-
lives in
I left where Josh is from. That place is
Oh.
dumb. So
Yeah, he's a hometown around here, so
I got you. But no, since I know you're probably watching or listening, what is your idea of the whole Chad Gable storyline thing? How do you feel about it?
you're asking me?
100%.
Well, I'll tell you, like, I know that Phil disagrees with a lot of my takes, but I do think you need to have some entertainment stretches like that, right? And you know who it reminds me of? Mr. America. Same shit.
Actually, I did like Mr. America. I did
But
like
see,
Mr. America.
That's the thing.
You're actually keeping me open-minded about it. Actually, for what I'm hearing Josh's point of view about it and your point of view, I'm just like, fuck it. You know, it's gonna be. I'm just saying. I'm just feel like I'm just watching a cheesy B movie that I'm gonna enjoy. So fuck it.
But that's the thing. You've got to have some of that. Because that's one thing where I think you and I would clash on our wrestling tastes. Because like you, I can appreciate the New Japan stuff. I can appreciate the tournaments, the Climax tournaments, the G6, all that stuff, the tag tournaments. But I don't think that fits with an American audience.
It's unfortunate, though.
And I agree. But like if AEW was to toe the line, I think they'd have more success than they think. But they just don't. They just throw random matches every week, and you can't care about it. It's not like the NFL where you got random games because that's a whole different thing. But when it comes to wrestling, it's like, well, why is this guy having a conflict with this guy just because? I don't give a shit about that. But when you got something like, Hogan and Savage for a year and you build it up, like they can do some stuff right. I don't know what they're doing. It's scrambled eggs to me. Pick something and write it out.
Thank you. So you don't understand my frustration as a wrestling fan when it's like debilitating me to not want to watch your product whenever I have been a big fan of your product when it first came about and the way you presented it. And now it feels like I am watching a glorified indie show with main stars that can't cut it no more in WWE.
But and again, I know I type a lot, so a lot of things, it takes way too much to type out. But like when I do listen to Cornette a lot, and a lot of them older guys like Heenan, I think you have to implement less hardcore and tell a story with more psychology than just getting the shit beat out of you. I don't know if I should say bad words in here, but
no, I'm good. It's all good.
Well, I don't know if YouTube has those kind of things.
Yeah,
but
we don't
if I watch, I really think that the Golden Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era were really the best. AEW was so hot because it was an alternative to the piss poor McMahon writing. He got complacent, made it his own playground. Like, I understand why nobody liked that stuff. And then he signs the biggest star with Punk. That was a big move. And then he chose not to keep him and decided to keep Jack Perry. And who gives a shit about Jack Perry? Who cares? Punk's a star. He's got drawing power. It just doesn't seem like there's anybody there that I care about right now. I mean, I like Ospreay. I've seen him go. I like Fletcher. Those guys can go, but they got to tell more. You have to have storytelling in wrestling. You can't separate. In Japan, that's a different culture.
Story just they don't go into like 40 minutes of like, what's it called? Like, promos.
Well, I don't think you need to do 40 minutes, but I think they like here's one thing that I think they've got going on WWE by having a Netflix deal. They don't have time constraints, so their show could be 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. They don't jam pack you with having to force you these time, like the TV time constraints. But since AEW has that, they have to mix it up. They've got great storytelling with Tony Storm. Why can't they spread it out? Why?
I do like the one where they have like with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate.
That dude.
Yes, but now you have to. Oh,
I kind of left it off with the cliffhanger tonight, though.
I didn't catch tonight's show. I've been working.
Well, apparently, MVP. What happened was tonight was MVP and MJF were in the ring. They're talking. I think it was like 7, and they were like, "No, you can't." Like next thing you know, it got interrupted by Big Bill, and so the story kind of left off with the cliffhanger.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You got this all twisted, brother. Hold on. Yeah. Let me explain how this happened.
Go ahead and explain it.
MJF called MVP to the ring.
Yeah.
And then he said, MVP, let's do business. And MVP was about to shake his hand, and the Hurt Syndicate's music hit. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin walked out, and Bobby got in MJF's face, and he goes, like, shake my hand. And he goes, okay. He goes, no, give me the card. And he's like, what? The card? Okay, I'll give you the card. And he handed him the card, and Bobby Lashley just ripped it up in front of him. So then MVP intervenes, oh, everything's cool, bro. Everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. And MJF was like, what? And he's like, well, we'll talk about this backstage. And then MJF got out of the ring, and then Big Bill came out there and basically made himself and the bounty hunter like a bunch of bitches. So, yeah, no cliffhanger. The only cliffhanger there is what's going to happen to MJF. I personally don't care about the storyline because you have a huge face faction right now in the Hurt Syndicate. Even though they're supposed to be big heels, everybody's chanting, we hurt people. We hurt people. And, and dude, like I said before, when the Hurt Syndicate arrived in AEW, the Death Riders movement went completely to shit. They're no longer existent. Nobody gives a fuck. It's like, it's sad. And I don't even know what the Death Riders did tonight because I didn't care. But my thing is, that was the only other upside besides Tony Storm shit. Tony Storm, MJF, and the first match of the night. That was it. The rest of that whole fucking show, the FTR, rated FTR, whatever the hell they're going through, convoluted bullshit nobody cares about. It reminds me of when the Attitude Era with JR was sitting down with talent and they didn't know what the fuck to do with them. And correct me if I am wrong, during that time in the Attitude Era, whenever Jim Ross was sitting down with the wrestling or superstar and talking to them at backstage at Raw or whatever, because they didn't know what to fucking do with that person at that time.
Hey, look what they did with Triple H though. He had a big interview.
He had to sit on the sidelines for over a year and a half before they could do anything with him because Vince McMahon's like, don't touch him. He's bad. He's no good for business.
All because of the curtain call bullshit.
Yeah. He lost his that Intercontinental the King of the Ring on that because of that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. He had so if you want to go that route, that's shitty. Yeah. But no, I mean, my thing is AEW needs to up their game, and like you said, storytelling is a major deal. But quit rehashing storylines from WCW. We've already seen that shit. We didn't care for it back then, and it ain't going to do no good now. Now, Jericho is now the Kevin Nash of AEW. I'm going to take your Mask Bandito. Come on, man. Terrible.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think they're actually gonna do that. Bandito is way too popular. Way too popular.
So I watched that. I did catch that on Collision. I've been, because my channel is a gambling channel, and I put out. That's like my primary focus. And on Saturday there was basketball on, or Sunday there was still basketball on, but I saw his segment, and ironically, I saw when Jericho took the mask
from
right?
Hollywood.
And I thought it was a shitty ending because he took the mask back from Jericho. It should have been something more severe. It should have been the blow off should have been a mask versus hair match or something like that.
Well, now we're getting a mask versus championship.
What is it? I'm sorry?
Now we're getting a mask versus championship.
I mean, okay, I didn't catch that, but he shouldn't have been able to get it back from Jericho until the show, until he met. Well, the fact that he snuck off with it on Collision by a distraction when there's 3 of his own guys in there, it just is like making me sick. Like, damn it, this is the shits. I could write something way better than that. He needs to. They should have beat him down. They should have beat Bandito down.
Speaking of which,
but they did.
Speaking of which, it should be beat. Speaking of beating, our today's sponsor is sponsored by Dummy.
Wait. Dummy.
Dear fucking God. Our shitty ass sponsor.
Get your W energy drinks.
The views and opinions of Mike do not reflect the views and opinions of Phil and Josh.
I got us that damn sponsorship, and it's fucking god awful.
It's awful?
It's fucking terrible, dude.
Oh, I don't know.
They don't do nothing for us. They don't do shit for us, man. We're out here pandering to them, and they don't do nothing for us, dude. I feel like Howard Stern. I really do. I feel like Howard Stern talking about, what was that dude's name that he hated so much? He called him what? Pig face?
Oh, WNBC.
When you were talking about the Attitude Era, the reason they were able to get away with so much stupid shit is because The Rock and Austin were such megastars that people were watching them and just went along with whatever they did. Although I will die on this hill. 1999 Big Boss Man run is unmatched. He fucking feuded with Al Snow. He fed Al Snow his dog. They had a cage match where dogs were shitting on the side of the ring. He drags Big Show's dead daddy through a casket. I swear to God, at Armageddon, he should have won the championship. He should have carried it because they were writing stuff for him, and it was the corniest shit. But it was can't miss television. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I was a big fan. Like,
he was a big Boss Man fan. He was a big Rock heel fan.
Yeah, oh yeah. Before he blew up.
He pissed us off with that for a year. He pissed us off with that.
The only talent that that I thought that got away from them was I thought Mark Jindrak was going to be something as the reflection of perfection, because I thought, man, that's good. And then you just start running with that like a Lex Luger narcissist thing. I thought they could have done that with him, but they squashed him. And then Kennedy squashed him too. After that, it kind of just... After Punk walked out, I think that's when I quit watching for a long time. I quit watching wrestling for a long time when he walked out, just because the product had gotten stale. And
I wouldn't consider it stale. It was stagnant. It was going nowhere. I mean, you had all this library from these two big companies.
Upper whiskey.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
water.
I mean, but you had the WCW library, and you had the ECW library, and then you made ECW a brand on Sci-Fi, which I'm okay with. That's whatever. But then on top of that, you make it this hardcore bloodbath, extreme violent fucking show, and then all of a sudden, we didn't get the train tonight, but we got another person that wanted to get stopped by the red and blues. Yay to that guy. And
fix your muffler.
Dude, I want to throw the whatever the police use, those fucking
Woo!
Yep. Yeah, the spikes. I thought about buying a siren, like flashing lights, and just put them right here because I live on a busy intersection. And they take off and go like down this little quarter-mile strip. Just to flash the lights just for a second, just to freak them out so they'll stop speeding down here.
Just let them know, oh, there's a cop lives down there. But they don't listen.
Well, one
But
night,
yeah,
about a month ago, they were doing donuts in the circle at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus, man.
I almost went out there and shot them. What are you doing?
There's kids here. Bow!
Right.
We have kids around here, you stupid bastard. Boom.
Hit him with a paintball gun.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. Or do what my dad did when we were kids, man. There was a guy that ran the stop sign like all the time, going by like 70 or 80 miles an hour on a 20-mile-an-hour road. So my dad got tired of it, took a big ass cinder block, and the guy finally, my dad like waved at him and stuff like giving a thumbs up, like he had a bad car. Dad took this big cinder block and chucked it through the windshield and said, "Don't you ever fucking drive like that again through here." And I was like, yeah.
That's what it takes.
And that dude never came back through that road ever again. But I was like, "Dad, you're going to jail." He's like, "For what?" "I didn't do nothing. Y'all didn't see shit." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." A bunch of kids are like, "You didn't see shit."
Well, hell, it's not compared to someone I know that drove around the hood with a Confederate flag hanging out of his car.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Say what you will. I got some cojones. By the way,
hey, it was the funniest thing to see. I was like, he's like, "Hey, Josh, step outside." Like, what? Like, did he just? What
the
the?
Mexican neighborhood. Yep.
Drove
By the
through
way, I
a
also want to
neighborhood.
say, Phil, cutting the beard, great decision. Way better look, brother. Way better
Thanks,
look.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good look.
Well, I'm gonna need it, especially because I lost my job, man. So it's gonna suck.
What'd you do? Like, what was your job? What was your career?
I was working at a place where I set up groceries. I don't want to say the place where I work at, for confidential reasons. But I worked at a store where I picked up groceries and I made sure that everyone, got the job. And corporate, they said I was too slow, so they
It was the competitor for the bullseye.
Hang in there, man.
It was one of the
corporate BS. Wally World.
It's a Tarmart.
Yeah. Okay.
You're in Mississippi, though, right?
Yeah, I am.
Are you in South, East?
South Mississippi. I live like 2 hours away from New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brett Favre's from Hattiesburg, baby. Southern Miss.
I'm a Green Bay
Miss.
Packers fan, bro.
Oh,
I actually went to Southern Miss, so Southern Miss to the top, man.
Yeah.
Well, I had to drop out because of BS. But I did get my associate's degree at a local community college. I went there my junior year, just had a little too much fun, and I dropped out.
But if you got that associate, you can find something, man.
Well, I'm lucky to Monica right here. She helped me out with some options, and I want to thank you, Monica, for that. I appreciate that.
Let's go. Hell yeah! I got laid off. So I'm in like the electrical pump and motor business, and I got laid off about 2 weeks ago. But the guy that I was working for is a personal friend of mine. I'm sorry, I'm getting off wrestling.
Oh, you're good.
It happens. It happens on
everything here.
Chat, trust in this group. Trust me, man. It happens every episode.
But personal friend of mine, I went to go work for him, and he caught wind. He sold the business and caught wind that they were going to do layoffs, and they laid me off. But ironically, by twist of fate, I applied at another place out here, and they've got this amazing, like, gorgeous facility. And they hired me. It's a pay cut for now, but the position I was doing pays more, and I know I'll get there. So just hang in there. But the craziest thing about all this is where I was working for my buddy. Like, I was in the shits. Like, it's in downtown Phoenix, and there was stray cats. There had to be like 10 of them that would run around the yard. They'd jump on the hood of my truck. Finally got to the point to where I'd hit my car alarm, like I was locking the doors, and they'd jump off and they quit jumping on there because it would frighten them, And then behind the building, they did an ICE raid the day after Trump took office. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Department just whipped back there and like threw flash grenades. It was like Call of Duty back there. I was like, this is the shit. What's going on? Like, you could totally see it. But I got laid off from that. Now I go to a facility where I got covered parking, which in Arizona is priceless. Because that's
You got laid off because of the ICE raids.
No, I got laid off because because they got bought out. Just the ICE raid happened right the day after he took office. I'll never forget it. How can I forget something like that?
That's crazy shit, man.
Well,
Fuck.
But you'll get on your feet is what I'm saying. Like, I got a job at a facility with covered parking. Nice.
That's just not even watching. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. So, country, that message is for you, my brother, not us.
Who's saying Gail Kim ain't worth a bitching while TNA talent? Who cares? Nobody cares. Like, I don't care. A wrestling fan does not care about who's backstage. They don't. Did you see who was on AEW tonight? I saw Come Tuesday was on there. Well, he's one of the security guards. Did you guys see that?
That was Von Wagner.
Yeah, Von Wagner. I call him Come Tuesday because that's what he said. Come Tuesday. That's all I remember. He's working security there now. Nobody cares about backstage. Nobody. Only the wrestlers.
Is he working back? Or is this possibly, he's like, doing like what a lot of wrestlers do, playing security?
Actually, what was pissing me off on this episode of AEW, I was just watching it. They had like the big Minecraft logo sponsorship in the background on the LED in there. Now, but here, this is what was ticking me off. There was a guy,
hold on, John.
all black, sitting on the floor, feeding the camera wire.
Jordan. This is my friend Jordan. This is my friend Jordan right here talking.
Hold on, John.
Let Josh say what he was saying there.
All right, go ahead, finish.
There was this guy. Just a random guy there feeding the camera wire to the guy. I mean, you visibly see him. Usually they're off to the side where you can't see him, but you see him the whole entire night just sitting there in front of the LED, this bright ass LED board. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this? It was driving me nuts.
Like Jack Black's face right here.
Yeah, it's like is he gonna jump? Is he gonna jump in at some point? Is he a talent or what the fuck?
Dude, I have no idea, bro. But
said, who cares if you don't care about talent? You get rid of the coach. If you don't know wrestling, hey,
true story there. I mean, this is what I was saying. It ain't just backstage. She was actually a coach, and she was coaching the other wrestlers that were already backstage and that needed to be coached as far as promos, in-ring work, what better angles to get on television, things like that. So that's where I understand what they're saying.
I was kind of like how I felt about when WWE fired William Regal and everything. I'm like, what the fuck?
They didn't hire Regal.
Vince McMahon did.
Oh, Vince fired Regal.
Vince fired Regal because Vince had a vendetta against Regal.
He always has.
Well, I think that William Regal is, I think you're comparing apples to oranges now because William Regal had a long tenure there. He was established in WCW and was in those roles for some time on television. He was a commissioner and stuff like that. So people had more of an intimacy with him because they saw him. When's the last time you saw Gail Kim on TV? You only care about Gail Kim if you're an old school fan of hers and think it's as a bigger shock than it probably is. I'm telling you, this is small potato stuff, man.
It is small potatoes. But like I said, it's moving chess pieces. It's all it is. It's moving dominoes off a board or moving chess pieces.
Yeah, even Jordan and I were talking about. He even agrees with all of us that minus you, no offense. You don't believe that WWE's buying TNA, but a lot of fans do.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. This is the thing I'm saying. This is what I've been saying. WWE wants. If I don't think it's WWE wanting to buy TNA. I think it's TNA offering, trying to give them the best shape possible for them to purchase TNA. TNA's like, hey, what can we do to get rid of this shithole that we've actually bought into and didn't know what the fuck we bought. And we put all this money and time into it, and now we want to get the biggest payout we can.
It's like what happened to me. They're trimming the fat, unfortunately.
I wouldn't say trimming the fat. It's who do we not want here in place whenever we do decide to purchase this product or purchase this.
I believe there was someone.
But do you think if
that just wanted to get rid of me, to be honest? So that.
But do you think that WWE's gonna buy TNA just to have the library and not do nothing with it? Like just put it on the shelf like WCW, or is like how they're doing WCW now? Just have like their own YouTube channel of playing the hits.
I agree though, Jordan. Like I said, like take the tape ladder and create NXT Canada.
That's what I think is going to happen. And no, I don't think it's going to be NXT Canada. I think it's
NXT.
Yeah, and TNA don't get a say so. Anthem owns TNA. Anthem actually controls everything in TNA now. They have a person they put there. They fired Scott D'Amore and they put a person in charge of TNA to do what Anthem wants them to do.
And they also hired Delirious
to be their
creative.
The head of creative and booking, yes.
I would think that Anthem has their own network and wants to hold on to live programming. It's hard in today's era of streaming to have live can't miss sports. I don't know if you guys are, but like I'm a big sports guy. My YouTube channel is Just Paul Sports. If you see it now with the NFL as an example, they've got their channels they got their games on Amazon. They had Netflix games this year. They've got it spread out on YouTube TV. They've got it on broadcast TV. But I mean, it's a different conglomerate because the NFL is only once a week or twice a week. And
well, because you look at it, a lot of people are, the reason why a lot of sports are going to streaming networks because a lot of people are cutting the cable cord these days.
But the NFL is on broadcast. It's on antenna. You don't have to have specialty programming except for that Thursday, unless they get the exclusive rights to it. You don't have to, unless you're out of market. Like, for example, like I like to watch the Packers. I'm not in Green Bay's television area. So if they're not on national TV and I want to catch them on a Sunday, I would have to pay for the ticket, which I have paid for every wrestling pay-per-view, every NFL Sunday ticket. I have paid for this with my hard-earned money. Okay, let it be said. Josh has just been watching the shit in my house for free all those years.
I haven't watched.
Right here. I got fucking proof right here.
See, right he's got the library. Who paid
all
for
these tapes?
Dude, I won't be honest. I paid for a lot of my shit because I grew up in a household with my parents. They never let me watch anything like that, man. They would never let me watch any pay-per-views. I had to wait for that shit to come out on damn VHS to even watch it, dude. So my first introduction to whenever I got old enough to actually afford to buy pay-per-views, I bought every fucking one, dude, because I was a junkie, dude. When I went in the Air Force and I got to my first duty station. Well, I mean, that's what they're called. I mean, I was at McCord Air Force Base. Well, I mean, that's what it's called, man. I was at McCord Air Force Base, and
I'm
whenever
sorry, I'm on myself, I'm like, that's I have a.
He's just doing himself laugh.
Anyway, so when I was at McCord, first thing I did was like Monday Night Nitro, Monday Night Raw. Had 2 VCRs, right? Had 2 different televisions in my room, and I had them both on 2 different channels: USA, TNT. Boom, go. 8 o'clock Raw come on, 7 o'clock Nitro come on, head to head. Well, and then after they would come off, I would try to get at least 2 Raws per tape and 1.5 tapes per. Or almost 2 shows per CW.
Yeah.
So, and I would do that, and I lost all these tapes. By the way, I don't have any of this shit no more.
I lost a lot of my tapes too, but
I had
praise Josh for keeping his tapes.
I have Unforgiven
I
2000.
got a lot of good stuff on it. I was like, but the one I'm missing, I can't find. Did I find it?
You found some of them died from tape rot, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you did show
Yeah,
us
a lot of them do, but some of them don't. But like the most important one is like I think I got the Over the Edge pay-per-view.
Nice.
I gave it to I let my friend borrow the Over the Edge when I recorded it that night. I never got that VHS back, but I'm kind of
you
glad
ain't never gonna.
But anyway,
Yeah.
what I was saying though is that's what made me want to buy pay-per-views. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say I paid it for every single pay-per-view. I haven't. I've been to other places and watched them for free, but 99.9% of my adult life, I have paid for almost every pay-per-view. Whenever
Jordan, tell me about your how you watch pay-per-views.
Who?
Jay Nutria, my friend Jordan.
Oh man.
Well, he said he already reported me, man. The statute of limitations are well and done and gone, man.
ECW's on pay-per-views you ever bought. Okay, that's
I think he was reporting you, Josh. I think he was reporting report about the AEW.
Yeah, about the TNA.
I can't see the comments, so.
Oh, all right. So basically, I'll pull it up for you. It says they 100% gonna take the tape library, but the real truth is WWE wants the TV rights that TNA has while blocking AEW for those foreign TV rights.
So all right, so let's break that down. Do you think WWE gives a flying fuck about TV rights when they've got Netflix and they've just signed their deals with their deals with USA for SmackDown?
No. These are different deals, bro. These are different deals. Like these deals right here are for India, Asia markets, Australia, England, Europe in general, South America, everywhere else around the world. These are the TV rights that are blocking AEW from getting.
So let's
big deal.
I'm going to be your counterpoint on that, right? So I totally hear what you're saying. Totally hear it. You're trying to block AEW from growing internationally. So that would be two questions. The first one is, does TNA have all this international pull?
No.
Yes. Yes.
I got a yes and a no at the same time.
Yes, they do. I'm going to tell you why they do. If you remember correctly, from back in 2010 to 2017, they were the biggest thing on India's market. TNA was number one. WWE was number two.
For how long ago?
That was not even 10 years ago.
So okay. So again, I'm gonna give it back to you. 10 years ago, does anybody care about 10 years ago's ratings?
Not really.
I don't think that TNA has enough bandwidth for WWE to say we're gonna acquire this just to block a competitor that can't even beat our fucking D show. It just doesn't feel right. Like it's like saying I'm gonna sign the best quarterback on my rival's team just to spite my punter. I don't know how to paraphrase it. Like it just doesn't seem like there's not enough competition. There's not.
Hey, dude, I'm listening, man.
It's like lower level. It's like
so basically what
punching down.
What they've done. What I'm saying is this has been reported. This is what's literally been reported. WWE was still in those markets whenever the Netflix deal hit. And they were saying, this is no joke. They're like, hey, we're in a partnership and a sponsorship program with this other company, TNA. We'd like for you to take over. We'll let them take over our spots. Therefore, you don't have to go look for another person to take over. And that's what
I was saying. I'm going to make my kicker the quarterback.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I hear that point. I just don't know if a company that big like TKO is gonna just say, "Well, we're gonna buy you out." It's too much wrestling. It just feels too mixed. It doesn't feel like that's going to be the case. I don't think the AEW is a threat to them anymore. I mean, they were briefly, and then they fumbled the bag so hard. It's like AEW was a skinny hot girl, and then she put on 100 fucking pounds, and nobody wants to look at her now.
It's sad. It's very sad. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna buy Dynasty. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Dynasty. If I'm gonna go to Dave and Buster's again or what? Because of the fact of it's and not only that. Why did Tony Khan, and Tony Khan even said whenever he bought Ring of Honor, he was going to go away from doing shows with WWE and WrestleMania. And now he actually pulled the plug on that. There is going to be no Supercard of Honor in Las Vegas this year. It's going to be till 2 weeks later in another venue.
That's
no more near Las Vegas.
I'm sure you guys know WWE has worked into their negotiations for venues.
Oh, yeah.
That if they do a show there, they can't have AEW be there for 6 months or they won't come back. Yeah. So they're monopolizing the touring. So I think that they've done so much that there's no reason to acquire TNA. I don't think the library is super valuable. And because I don't know how many wrestling fans are going to watch it compared to the WCW library, because WCW was monster. I also don't think that if they do acquire TNA, I think that they're going to just get the best talent and put them all in NXT and cut everybody else. Because when you acquire a business, you keep the best talent and you cut the trash.
That's what they did with Evolve.
I just don't know I just don't know. I can't speak on it, but it just seems like buying a little non-threat to stop another non-threat just seems like a bad business decision in my opinion. I think. I don't know.
I agree. TNA has a great library. It has a great history. Jordan.
From 2001 to 2025, that's 24 years worth of library tapes or tape libraries and pay-per-views and stuff like that.
But there's only a certain span that people would watch. The Samoa Joe era, the Kurt Angle era. How much after AJ Styles is anybody going to really watch that's not deep into pro wrestling?
I have to agree with that. After a certain point, it was a lot of trash.
2010, maybe to 2013. So basically 12 or 13 years. That's going to be where they're going to draw the line.
Yeah, I'm about more Scott Steiner stuff.
Give me more. There's a 33.3% chance that WWE will buy TNA.
There you go.
If you add,
I like it.
So I mean, but yeah, the bad thing about it is that WCW had from 96 to 2000 and 96 to 2001,
95.
95
Nitro started, and 01 it folded.
Okay, so you have 6 years.
WCW. What do you guys think about that WCW YouTube channel?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I actually hope that WWE does bring up a ECW channel.
I don't think
it'll have to be a
lot of edit. See what the problem with that is?
It's a lot of censoring.
A lot of editing.
It's a lot of
because there's a lot of copyrighted music.
Not just that. A lot of unsolicited words were said in ECW too. Like they had the F word. They had the
lot of Dudley stuff.
Yeah, I will say this: there's a lot of Dudleyisms and a lot of New Jackisms.
Yeah, a lot of New Jack.
You noticed in the new 2K25 game? I'm surprised.
I'm not.
They said that I heard that that Nick Khan was a big New Jack mark. That's why he's in the game.
I'm surprised. He's a fan of Nick.
Now here's the thing I want to know is, were they able to talk to Ice Cube and Dr. Dre to get the song? They gotta have the song.
They probably won't. It'll probably be some generic bullshit.
They could probably talk to Ice Cube. Ice Cube's son could probably talk to him. He is a big wrestling fan.
Ice Cube's son.
Ice Cube.
He hosts a podcast, wrestling podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Limp Bizkit. Remember, Fred Durst was in that SmackDown game, and all he said was, "I'll give you the rights to my music if you just make me a character."
So anything's possible.
Well, the cool thing about Limp Bizkit, though, man, they were Fred Durst was a big mark for ECW. Remember whenever the Napster thing happened? He went to ECW and actually gave them all their music, gave ECW everything, wherever they wanted. Him, it was them. Who else was it? Korn, Jonathan Davis did it. That other Fear Factory did it, and another band did it.
Well, you got to realize, but you talk about like late '90s, right there. That was all the up and coming talent. I mean, you got starving
artists
at that point. Not the mega stars that they are now. But
yeah,
you know, they're up and coming
bands.
They were
big then, though.
You want to use my song as an entrance theme? Here, take it, do it.
Well, I mean, you think about it too, though. Limp Bizkit was already getting big, dude. They already won Grammys. They were already winning awards. Korn already won awards for the best heavy metal album in '98. This is like whenever Napster was doing their thing because of Metallica was a bunch of bullshit. No offense to them. I think they're a great metal band, but what they did to the world of music is shit. And I'll stand behind that 100%. Because if they would have never fucked with Napster, we wouldn't be in this shithole we're in with music right now as it is. We'd still have MTV on television. We would probably still have a lot of other things going on in the world that people would actually give a shit about. But no, after Napster hit and all that bullshit happened, we don't have no videos no more. Name one channel on television that you can go to. Go, oh, you know what? I want to check out that music video.
But
there's JVTV.
You don't have to do that because you got YouTube.
Exactly.
Demoralized
YouTube. They have YouTube now, which is crazy.
I gotta say this too. Like, this is some bullshit. How much we paid for shit back then? Because like CDs were fucking $20, and like I think about that, I pay $20 a month for Apple Music, and I get the whole fucking catalog.
I don't have to pay for that shit at all, and I have an Android.
Well, I do it because I got an iPhone because I like user friendly, and I'm old. I don't want to be fucking digging through shit. I mean, Josh is 5 years older than I am, but
what the fuck?
Josh will be 50.
I got everything hanging on a wall still. So I still got like everything up and where I could go and find it. Go like, bam, right there.
Do you still have that Balls Mahoney chair?
He does.
I got balls. He's got big balls.
No, I know what you're talking about. No, that was Ian Rotten.
Oh, was it Ian Rotten?
Yeah, we went to a wrestling event. Was it NWA Mid-South? IWA Mid-South came up to Hammond, did a show, and I actually kept a chair from that, but I lost that a long time ago.
Oh, and they bamboozled us because they said in the flyer it was a barbed wire match, and we get to the fucking ring, and it's a ring wrapped in barbed wire. I'll never forget that. I thought we were getting some Terry Funk shit. It was a ring, and the ropes were wrapped in barbed wire. It was still a barbed wire match. But then I thought about the concept of that. That's not the worst idea.
Yeah, that was like.
What do you guys think about that Spike thing? What do you think about that where John Moxley got spiked by Spike?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see where Edge powerbomb John Moxley on the big ass 2x4 with nails in it. Basically, Negan's baseball bat, but it's a big giant fucking 2x4.
Yeah, he got powerbombed and it's stuck in his back. Like, wow.
Wait, was that last week or tonight?
Last week.
No, last week I saw him get hit in the back, and that's when I said he could pierce his fucking spinal cord and be paralyzed. I don't like if you're gonna do this is one wrestling psychology I believe with all my heart, and now it makes me hate AEW at certain times because when you have a fierce spot like that, but you protect the fucking finisher, I want to just throw you off the goddamn Sears Tower because you're not making sense. You're not immortal. You can't take barbed wire to the ass crack and fucking kick out, but then I hit you with the Death Valley Driver and you're fucking dead. I hate it. I can't stand it because it's ridiculous. It's bad. It's bad wrestling when you do that. Now, if you Now, that should have been the finisher. You know, the only time that I've ever seen somebody survive something crazy and still go on to have a match was when Foley fucking nearly.
The Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell, dude. Hell in the fucking Cell. That shit was.
But they got away with it because of the distractions and stuff. If Taker would have went for the cover and just, you know, if he would have kicked out, then that would have been stupid. AEW has got to stop protecting finishers after
stupid shit happens. Yeah,
and like when they have WrestleMania, that's like all of a sudden your finisher doesn't work first. Like it doesn't pop me. It's like this worked on SmackDown, this worked on Raw, this has worked my whole life. There's only one wrestler that protects his finisher, and it's Baron Corbin.
I hate you right now. I hate you so much right now. That dude's garbage, bro. That dude's garbage.
No. That's not what I'm saying. He said, his words were, he got advice from Cena, and he said, you know, protect your finisher. And Baron Corbin, if you look there, it's all history. Like every wrestler he's ever worked with, they said they honor that. And I think that if a wrestler has a finisher, that should be the end of the match, unless you fall off the War Games cage, and you know, then that should be the end of the match, and that would make sense because you're a human being. Yeah, but when you kick out like the Ospreay cage match, stop with the false finishes after these big moves, because it just kills it. It just like it's like it puts a fucking hair in my ass that I can't take it. Like it makes me want to turn your shit off and support your opposition on purpose.
Undertaker's the same way. He in his podcast he says he hates that the finishers are not honored anymore.
They should be.
Same thing with the Dudleys. The Dudleys protected their finishers all the time. Only like one team or one or two teams.
The Motor City Machine Guns.
They beat the shit out of one team that did that.
Motor City Machine Guns kicked out of it. They allowed that because they wanted them to go over as the champions. They wanted to show how strong they really were.
Yeah, the other team got their ass whooped.
And the other team that I think it was the Hardys, I think.
No, it was not the Hardys. It was
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. There you go. They beat their ass for that.
It's in the same time as your missing VHS tape and your lost skull.
I don't know what that means. All right, but
I was looking for a skull prop a long time ago, and I couldn't find it. It was not in that tub.
So now I have a question for you there, Country. Now we have you on here finally, thank God. You're a big wrestling fan from, like you said, the Ruthless Aggression and the Golden Era. But now,
no, I liked it all. I'm just saying those were, I think, the better parts.
Okay, but what about the Ruthless Aggression era was so great about? And if you say Cena, I'm gonna bash you.
He's part of it, but it was also Kurt Angle, and like SmackDown, specifically SmackDown, had this like run of great matches. That if you I don't know how much. If you were to go back and watch it, then it's not just Cena. I liked hip hop Cena. I didn't like. Because like I'm all about the heels, and he would go like he came to El Paso and ripped fucking Mexico. Like, have you ever been to El Paso, Texas? It is on the border. It is I-10, which is the interstate that runs here. It runs
here. I-10 runs here too.
Okay, and so the I-10 runs in El Paso, and I only know this because when my grandmother passed away, we stopped in El Paso. My wife has a friend that lives there. I spent the night a mile from the border. He goes in there, Cena goes in there and rips El Paso with Eddie Guerrero. You know, like, there's things in that Ruthless Aggression era, really good wrestling. It was really good. Yeah. Their competition with Raw was kind of corny because it's the same company, but at the same time, they really did have a feel to it.
Hey, guys, my friend Jordan wants to be on the show next week. Is that all right, Mike?
Yeah, that's fine. He can come on now if he wants to.
You want to come on now, Jordan?
Well, everybody, join in, but continue. But continue.
But I just think that all that roster, if you look at like the SmackDown 02, 03 rosters, those guys it's Edge was on there. Edge was starting his heel run. I think Orton was starting there. Because Evolution, who I really liked, that was one of my favorites ever.
Yeah.
Was Triple H, and like his Triple H's Iron Cross era, I call it, was his best shit. Because I didn't like DX. I thought they were corny. I mean, the theme song sucked, but I mean, they did some funny shit, like when they did blackface. That was pretty funny, you know. But it wasn't.
Looking back on it, it's like, yeah,
it didn't age well, unfortunately.
Yeah, that spot did not age well.
Nope. It did.
At the time, I agree. At the time, I agree. It was funny, but
we can't judge. You can't judge 2001 by 2025 living.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do it because go back and watch Lex Luger. What's the first thing Luger says when he comes on Nitro the first night? What does he say to Hogan? Does anybody remember?
Oh.
I'm tired of playing with little boys. Now, today that sounds a lot worse than what he's trying to say 30 years ago.
You know what I mean? Okay. I get what you're saying, because what he was trying to say is this is where the big boys play, because that is where WCW slogan at that time was, this is where the big boys play.
And the counterpoint to The Rock doing that, or Triple H doing that whole blackface, you know, think about what the Nation was the year before. They were black nationalists. I mean, come on, like it wasn't one-sided. You know, Farouk was out there talking about whipping Ahmed Johnson. Like, it was good television.
Honestly, I agree. But now Mark Henry gone on the record and said, looking back, that was really bad.
Well, looking back, but at the time,
it was acceptable.
Farouk called Savio Vega a jalapeno in a promo one time.
Yep.
And it's funny,
and Breezy got away with it, though, man. People don't understand this. Wrestlers are fucking friends, dude. Uh-huh. They're friends.
Yeah.
And they really
like Bobby, the shit that Bobby Heenan used to get away with. I mean, hell, he called Tito Santana's a finishing move the flying burrito.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Gorilla Monsoon was like suddenly said, "Will you stop?"
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is Jim Cornette got fired from NWA for saying "Snap a ham sandwich and send that guy across Africa."
It was a bucket of fried
that was
chicken.
What 2020 when that happened.
I was trying to be, you know, but still, I mean, I get it, but at the same token,
for its era, in its era, it was good. Like I think about the stuff that they did in Attitude. Like I said, they're trying to get you emotionally vested, and like Farouk I liked Farouk as the black nationalist. I did. I remember I was in high school my senior year when they were doing that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It's so goddamn over the top. You know, like you need, like the AEW needs something like that. MVP needs to go off. Like, you know who one of my favorites was? I'll tell you who one of my favorites was. I think Josh remembers. Muhammad Hassan.
Oh, yes.
I was like, 9/11 hit, bro. And
hold on. But here's where it gets good. Do you remember when he made his debut? It was in Huntsville, Alabama. So you're automatically bringing this Muslim character into the heart of Dixie, and you're interrupting Mick Foley, who's giving a promo about people that died in Iraq. Like, it was just like, oh. And then he kills out and says, "I'm an American." I was like, this dude has got to win. Like, him as a world champ would have been drawing heat, like nuclear heat. He's the last nuclear heat wrestler. He just was, because I was like, man, this guy is cutting these promos, anti-American promos in the height of the Bush era. You know, like
there's been a couple of other nuclear heat wrestlers.
But you know, no fun fact. The guy I forget his actual real name.
He's Italian.
He's like freaking Puerto Rican or some shit.
He's Italian.
He's Italian. Yeah, there you go.
Like Santino Marella. He's Italian, but
Yokozuna ain't no Japanese.
No, he's sumo. He's Samoan, dude.
He's part of the dynasty.
Yeah, he's Samoan dynasty. And you know what's sad, dude? You know, it's crazy. They finally like peeled back the curtain a little bit about that, and everybody was like today, like, oh, that dude's Asian. I'm like, dude, that dude's Asian. I'll kiss your mother. That dude is not Asian.
No, he was not Asian.
I talked to Jordan. He said he'll be on the show next week, though.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think they were able to pull
at all means.
With Yoko, they pulled it off because of Mr. Fuji. So if you're looking at Mr. Fuji, you're getting the Asian vibe, like Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji is awesome.
Yeah,
but you know the cool thing about Mr. Fuji, fun fact, you know, he worked at like a movie theater after he quit wrestling.
He moved to Tennessee. That's where he was living in Tennessee before he died. Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, he was an usher.
I thought it was pretty funny, like when Triple H was, yo, Sean, isn't it Mr. Fuji? Oh, where? I love Mr. Fuji. Hey, Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji was awesome, dude. Mr. Fuji, Slick. I miss Slick, dude.
Even Shawn Michaels was Mr. Fuji.
And Harvey Whippleman.
A.K.A. Downtown Bruno.
We almost, me and Country almost met the Iron Sheik at after this pay-per-view.
You know what's a fun fact though? Hacksaw Jim Duggan actually talked about him and Iron Sheik getting arrested. Well, Iron Sheik getting arrested for having cocaine.
Yeah,
they were riding together, and he didn't know that Iron Sheik had a bag of cocaine. And
apparently the kayfabe version was they framed they tried to frame Hacksaw for it.
Yeah, they did. They really did. And that was messed up, dude. And all the boys were like mad at Hacksaw, like, why didn't you turn the Sheik over, dude? And he's like, wait, what? I didn't do that. And he's like, I had heat with the boys, man.
The Sheiky baby.
Dude, that dude is awesome.
If you talk about at WrestleMania 7, is it 7 or 8? There's the one in Indianapolis, the one with Savage and Flair.
Warrior?
I don't.
Okay, yeah, I think
that
was
Hogan and Sid. If you go back and watch,
I think that was 9, wasn't it?
No, 9 was in Vegas.
9 was in Vegas. Yeah.
9 was Hart and Yoko. This was. It's either. It's. No, I think it's 7.
7 is Hogan and Slaughter.
Then it's 8 for sure. Then, but if you watch, there's a match between Rick Martel and Coco Beware. All right, it's on the undercard. And Rick Martel cuts the most racist promo. I'm surprised this shit is not repeated. I think it's almost as bad as some of the shit Hammer does. Greg the Hammer did about Junkyard Dog. It's borderline.
That like in the 80s, dude, that shit was brutal, bro.
Like back then, I mean, and we still laugh about it 40 years later because it's not serious. Like it's so ridiculous.
And believe it or not, Junkyard Dog used to wrestle at the Mobile Civic Center.
And the Superdome.
I know he was big in Texas. I do know that. Like,
he was big over here too. Over
in Mid-South
and Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the whole Gulf Coast, man. Everything that Crockett touched in the South was big.
I know when he passed away, it was the same day that WWF at the time had a show in Hammond, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if me and Country went to that, but I think that's the one I took my little brother.
Yeah, Josh and I went to a house show the day that I gave an Asian man a Confederate flag. But you guys know, Jimmy Wang Yang.
I gotta find that photo. It's
okay. Hold on. I have a fun fact about Jimmy Wang Yang. A buddy of mine named Clay, his younger brother Greg, met Jimmy Wang Yang and took a picture with him. And Jimmy Wang Yang had a sign that said, "I'm here to meet Jimmy Wang Yang." And Jimmy Wang Yang actually said, held up a sign that says, "I love country music and white women."
Where I was going with that house show is that was
hilarious, man.
It was bittersweet because like that house show was the same night as the college football national championship. So I'm trying to get updates on Florida and Ohio State.
Didn't he? Oh yeah, Jimmy Wang Yang married a white woman and his daughter's half white.
Can't thing, dude. Anyway, continue, country. Continue.
Mr. Kennedy was there. Do you remember the promo he said, Josh?
Oh my God! Shoot, I smoked some of that away, man.
He said, Hammond, Indiana, the birthplace of the toothbrush. Because if it was created anywhere else in the world, it would be called a teeth brush. Fucking. We need more insults like that. Like, straight up gangster shit. You know, like, that's just so funny to... Like, I love that. Like, more insulting the crowd.
I was there when it was WCW, when it was in Chicago. It was when Jericho was doing his list of 1,000 holds when he was beefing with Dean Malenko, and when he went off air, and when he went off air for a commercial break, he started. Was like, "Are we off?" Then he just started insulting the entire Chicago crowd. So when they went back on the air, he went on a list, and you just hear this big, horrendous boo and everything.
When we went to the show in Phoenix,
he just insulted. He insulted the entire Chicago crowd.
When we went to that show in Phoenix for the Collision taping and the Dynamite, remember I told you we were stupid close. We were like 3 rows back from the ring. Like, it was just insane how close we were. And Wheeler Yuta was standing on the rope, and Judd had stood up and said, "Wheeler Yuta stopped growing in junior high." And it was loud enough to where everybody heard it. And Yuta like looked at us and gave him a nasty look, and like, or no, it wasn't Yuta, it was Pac. It was Pac. He said, "The bastard stopped growing in junior high."
Oh, Pac! Pac's a scary motherfucker, dude. Even for a little guy. Huh?
We can't hear you no more, country.
Oh, audio cut out? I don't know what happened. How about now?
No.
Nothing? I can barely hear y'all.
Yeah, we hear an echo.
Yeah, we hear like a nasty echo.
I don't know. But on that note, you can't hear me at all?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
The echo.
I can't hear you. That's why I need to just keep going.
Brett, come out and come back in.
That's what she said.
Oh!
It works there. It works there, right? It works. It works. Yeah. So it works. There he is. Let's see if we can get him back in here. See if it'll work now. Now we can hear you.
Yeah, something must have just happened. Oh, you know what it is? I got my I had my AirPods in my hand, and that might have hit the microphone.
Naughty man.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's what she said.
Well, country, I have to say, I like the fact that we may disagree on things, but we have a mutual respect for each other. That's
for
what
sure.
I like about the show,
I do like that. Like, I do like New Japan, and I do like their style. I just don't think that. I think where we disagree is like you get frustrated.
Where it proves an American audience.
And I think it's what it is. You're like one of probably 100 people in Mississippi that would appreciate it. You know, it's just not going to pick up. Like, if you look at Southern wrestling, right? You talk about Crockett, dude. They didn't have to do that shit. They just went in there and insulted people and did the most basic holds. Like, that's why I'll defend Hogan. Everybody says Hulk Hogan can't work. Hulk Hogan.
No, actually, he can work. I've seen him work a different style in Japan. He can wrestle.
So that's exactly my point. He goes to Japan and he does what the Japanese want. He comes here, they just want to see him flex, do leg drops and clotheslines and take his vitamins and give these scathing promos. In the 80s, that's what they wanted.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, have you seen him wrestle? I've seen him matches against Inoki, Muda, and everything. He actually was trained. He was actually trained by the same guy that trained the great Muda. He was trained by a Japanese wrestler.
And the thing is that the one thing, country, me and him were watching this at the same time too. We were watching Nitro, and I never knew. Well, because YouTube didn't exist back then, so we never knew the New Japan stuff. That was all like the tape trader stuff. So we never seen Hogan's matches in Japan. We were watching Nitro, and out of the blue, just out of nowhere, just fucking Hogan just does a drop toe hold. Yeah, just out of nowhere, and it's like I've been watching Hogan for years, and I said I never seen that fucking done in my entire life by him.
And that was whenever he was Hollywood Hogan.
That was Hollywood Hogan, yes. And me and
Hollywood Hogan.
I was like, did he just do a toe hold?
Hollywood Hogan worked a little.
He did a front Russian leg sweep on Thunder one time.
I remember doing like the toe hold and everything. Like he also does does choking, some more technical moves, submission holds too.
The back rakes. That was a thing he did.
Also doing belt with his weightlifting belt.
Well, he did he always did the back rakes.
Barely in WWF. Barely. But he only did it to like 4 big heels. But in WCW, after he became Hollywood Hogan, when he went heel, like he embraced the heel side, he used a lot, like the Russian leg sweep, the drop toe hold. He even did a drop kick one time.
Hogan's 6'7", man. That dude should
he
not
can
be
do a lot of amazing. He could have done
That's why he got his
a lot of amazing
that damn drop kick.
Do y'all remember back in the
1980s America wanted flexing and cocaine and fucking rock and roll. He was the perfect match for this.
Yeah.
You know, I remember watching Nitro one time and Elizabeth gave Piper a back rake so hard he was bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hogan, like I said, that's why I'll defend Hogan. And like, even when Hogan left in '93 to go back over there, he cut that promo saying the WWF title means nothing to me. I want the New Japan championship. I do like Japanese form of wrestling. I just don't think it'll ever get over here without storylines. Like a great example, put your bias aside for a minute. Put it aside.
I am.
Do you think Okada is a star here yet? Or is he mid-card? And they're trying to make him entertaining by calling everybody bitch.
He's slowing down, but he has no story. But I just think they're overprotecting him, though. I think he's overprotected.
Well,
it might be.
He has. Yeah, the thing is that he can't cut real good promos in English, and that's kind of what holds him back. Performance wise, he could go.
I did like that one thing he said when he called everybody Matthews and like 2 bitches need to be put down. I like that. That was funny.
Now the question I have for y'all though, what about Shibata and his translator gimmick? I love that.
Yes, great.
I love Shibata kind of gives me makes me feel like he's Yokozuna with Don, especially with Don Callis.
Takeshita.
He has Don Callis to help him.
Takeshita actually knows a lot more English than you think.
Yeah,
check it out, y'all. Check it out.
Is that fair?
Still, Don Callis is helping him a lot. That is
why you look so far away.
I hope that's not what. I hope that's not what.
Y'all like the barbecue?
Love barbecue.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Where's ours at though, bro? Is that brisket? It looks like
right
ribs.
There. That's the short ribs.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I've learned how to grill.
Shit, guys, it's
well,
almost like it's almost
you live in Phoenix though, bro. Well, yeah, it is, Phil. It is late, but now, since we haven't talked about two big storylines going on at all, and we haven't talked about another big storyline that's fixing to start happening very, very soon. And one of the storylines is there's a debut fixing to happen supposedly in AEW.
Josh Alexander or Mina Shirakawa?
Josh Alexander.
Yeah, well, Mina already debuted, so.
Well, yeah. Alexander is supposedly debuting between now and All In. Or now and Double or Nothing, I'm sorry. Now and Double or Nothing. From what I understand is he's going to be walking out at Dynasty.
When is Dynasty? When is it?
Next week, the weekend after 2 weeks from now. Weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
That's what I said, next weekend.
And also this weekend is a big show happening in Chicago. GCW.
I'm going to try to go to that. It all depends. I have some money that falls in my lap pretty soon. So
the messed up thing is the show after that in Sauget, Illinois, Sauget, whatever it is. Yep.
That's down south.
Yeah, they have ICP there going to do an actual musical performance after the show.
I see. What did I tell you? That the show beforehand was it last weekend? It was a double show where it was like at their little riverboat stuff at the casino. Then the next one is the good one. Chicago always got the shit show.
You know what's crazy though? Like,
the card's good.
I'll tell you one thing.
At the card. The card's good for GCW, but there's something missing.
Mike, I'll tell you one another good thing I like about ICP. If it wasn't for professional wrestling, I probably would have gotten to ICP.
Yeah. Dude, there's songs related to wrestling. You know, outside booed your mama through a coffee table.
Oh, what's the Juggalo, a Hulkamaniac? They even mentioned mentioned The Rock and their song "Fuck the World" on their Amazing Jungle Brothers album.
Yeah, dude,
Rocky Maivia, Fuck the Diarrhea.
Their skits were pretty good, man. I mean,
I even loved some of their matches they had in WCW when they tag team when they formed that faction with Vampiro.
Vampiro is a big juggalo, dude. I think
they got WCW champion.
Well, how do you think?
You know what? That's something y'all should watch together because I don't think you'll get copyrighted for that.
The Stranglemania?
I think you can. I do.
We should review matches of WCW.
I have to go. So it's 9:40 here. I got to shower. I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning, hit the gym. So I just want to say thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Anytime, country. Anytime you want to jump in, dude, you're more than welcome.
You have a good night.
And for any wrestling fan or non-wrestling fans, check out my channel. I post gambling picks almost daily. Justin Paul Sports. I'm strikingly handsome, strikingly charismatic, and I will make you a lot of money. Roll Tide. Y'all take care.
Oh, you're a terrible person for Roll Tide, man. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you're a terrible person. White Irish, man.
Still got it.
We're champions, bro.
And this one, before I go though, this one here, Josh drew that.
Well, that's pretty badass.
Dude, it's very Stone Cold Steve Austin mixed with Pantera.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Fucking A.
Damn, I did that a long time ago. Fuck.
That new Scour album, that's the shit. Phil is screaming death metal, and I like it. So
but I even love this stuff and their stuff. I even love his down stuff as well. Those are pretty good stuff.
Stuff in New Orleans. The stuff in New Orleans. Yeah, that shit was good.
I've heard people say I look like Phil and Soma a little bit.
You're not bald headed.
Y'all take care.
Have hair.
All right, later, man.
Okay, guys.
But no, seriously though, man, there's some big things we need to be talking about. We're talking about everything but that. Like, for example, WWE, one big storyline coming available, hopefully very, very soon.
Who is Aleister Black returning?
That too, man. Yeah, that. I mean, dude, there's all kinds of things going on. And we're not held to time restraints there, Phil. This isn't television. If you're tired, suck it up and deal with it. You ain't got nothing to do tomorrow, but go get a job.
Just job hunting. Yeah, you're right.
You're
I'm
right.
like, it's not Friday, but I don't got no job. I got nothing to do.
You want to smoke some weed? Is that what you're trying to say, Phil?
No.
So you ain't
I
got
don't
no
know.
job.
Ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do.
Might as well get high.
Hey guys, y'all want to get high?
Yeah. Okay.
I love that. Tally, you're the worst character ever.
You're a cow.
Anyway, but no, the coolest thing though, man, is this. Like in WWE right now, right? We have so much going on, so many main event things happening. Supposedly the racist angle going on, which I think is freaking awesome, especially with the Grande Americana. El Grande Americana.
El Grande Americano.
Yeah, El Grande Americano. Yeah. Chad Gable's killing it. And then you got him with the Creed brothers and with Ivy Nile. No, not Ivy Nile. Who is she?
I can't think of her name right now.
It is Ivy, isn't it?
Ivy something, yeah.
You have that faction right there. You need something for WrestleMania. Why not put Chad Gable versus, or I'm sorry, El Grande Americano versus Ray Mask versus Mask?
Shush, please.
And I
think they're going to save that for another. And it's going to be the big reveal.
He'll probably say, instead of saying shush, he'll probably say silencio.
Silencio. That'd be kind of cool.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, but I think what would be really cool because if you remember back in the day, and I hate to even bring up this era, Jeff Jarrett, Owen Hart as the Blue Blazer.
Oh God, I hate that gimmick.
Why? It was fucking awesome because
the Blue Blazer is what
Owen Hart. It's Owen Hart, and he had Owen Hart versus the Blue Blazer, and it was Jeff Jarrett in the thing, dude. And then
no, I just can't stand the Blue Blazer because of what happened to him, though.
Well, yeah, understandable. Well, El Grande Americano could also be one of the Creed brothers and Chad Gable.
Okay, I see. I like this idea.
Because if you do it correctly, El Grande Americano grew all of a sudden, or El Grande Americano is. Remember, like whenever TNA did with Suicide, it was two different people. It was Christopher Daniels and Low Key.
Who is your favorite version of Suicide? Obviously, Daniels.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but during that era, it was both people at any given time.
No, I also missed Shark Boy.
All right, I have a question for this. All right, now we're going a little bit off kilter here. Shark Boy. Is he a mid-card wrestler or is he an upper mid-card wrestler?
Mid-card.
Mid-card.
All right. Why? Because of the Shell, yeah?
Honestly, it's like it's entertaining to a point, but it got stale, got old. It's like it just
sort of like the I hate to say it, but even the Hurricane got old. But that's why he popped a while. Like once in a while, if he does it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Stand back.
There's a hurricane coming through.
I actually saw him during Raw this past Raw.
What's up with that? Yeah. Now the other thing is, all right, since we're talking about that, but how come the Black Machismo was so over?
Because he could.
It was just entertaining. That was just
Jay Lethal killed it as Macho Man. Plus he was giving. Plus Macho Man did give him that blessing. Gimmick, the blessing gimmick for that role.
Okay, but hold on. Is that a mid card or upper mid card?
That's like it came out with the TNA World Champ with the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. So that's main event level right there.
Okay, I go with that. I can go.
Yeah. So
I mean,
honestly,
it was more. And Jay Lethal went out with Laney Poffo. He looked like a fucking superstar. With that,
Yeah.
But the thing was, it's like
that's one of the best wrestling entrances that wasn't in WWE ever.
You're comparing Black Machismo to Shark Boy. Name a good Shark Boy promo.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Drinking clam juice, man.
I know it's crab.
I mean, it's not grabbing me. I mean, hell,
right near the World Trade Center.
Call Jay Lethal to go out with like Black Machismo.
Okay.
Like, wait, what?
What about the Black Nature Boy?
Oh, he did a good one. That was one of the best promos that Jay Lethal ever did. That woo off between him and Ric Flair was just.
I say woo. No, I woo.
No, you can't do that. I can't. Woo, 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 woo.
That's my line. That's my
line. And he's like, "No, what you got?" And you could tell Ric Flair was trying not to laugh.
Dude, that was some comedy gold, man.
Speaking of something that happened, did you see the clip with Chris Jericho and that little kid? The thing was that he was going back and forth but the thing was that what actually broke him is like what was that, like you work out? That little kid got up and showed him the abs, and you look and he see Chris Jericho wanted to bust out laughing. He's like, at least I work out.
Jericho, man, is
the new women. He's a goat. You gotta
respect the hustle, bro. Respect the hustle. As Blake would say, respect the hustle. You know, respect the grind.
And I just realized something, that Jericho is only 5 years older than me.
And he's a multi-millionaire. I mean,
like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Dude, I think about that all the time, dude. Like all these people that are younger than me and making multi-millions of dollars, like the Paul brothers. I fucking can't stand them. But but it happens, and I understand it happens. But
I gotta start selling feet pics, man.
Yeah, you gotta have your fans on.
Speaking of which, I've actually had a girl ask. This one girl asked me to send her one. Apparently, she has a foot fetish, and she wanted me to send her feet pics. So I did. Okay, and true story.
Oh, hey.
She liked my feet.
So Phil has a fans only page.
No, I don't.
But anyway, so
fans only with feet and Purell.
Well, I got big ass feet. That's all I can say. And
there you go. Just actually check. Yeah, that'd be a good thing for you to do. Do some OnlyFans of you just washing your hair.
Only feet.
Holy feet.
Yeah, but no. Speaking of crazy
feet of strength.
Feet of strength. But no, think about this, bro. Like,
oh my God,
this is crazy coming from me. But a lot of things that's going on in the world of wrestling, like coming up and coming, or the Evolve thing. Oh, what about I wanted to touch on it last week, but Phil shot it down. Like, he ain't watching it. The WWE ID tournament. Why are you not watching this tournament? You're a fan of tournaments, and you're saying no to this tournament.
Okay, I'll watch it. I actually had second thoughts, and I'm thinking about catching up a little bit. It got me curious after a while. That was a week, I guess I was hot, and like I was just kind of, well, I don't trust WWE with their buying TNA. I don't like the fact they're trying to buy TNA, and I
don't think it's them trying to buy it, Phil. I think TNA is offering the best product they can for it to be bought, if that makes sense. Like, for example, whenever a company knows that they're trying to, like go away
or go under
they're trying to put it like this. Whenever J.C. Penney's, for example, was filing for bankruptcy. Instead of trying to find a partner to buy them out, they just said, "Fuck it, we're shutting all our stores down," because they couldn't find a buyer. Just like Sears, just like Toys R Us. So instead of going that way, instead of just saying, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go under," why not find someone to buy it? Oh, you don't. We know you don't like these people, so let's go ahead and get rid of the people that we know for a fact to have bad blood with you, and they don't mix well with your company. So we'll take them off the field, and then whenever we present to you a deal that you can't fucking pass up on, and we're gonna get what we want out of it. And let's just say, hint, $700 million, which we all know is a fucking rocket shit of a fucking company. But the library alone is worth at least that. Mm-hmm. Am I right or wrong? Would you say what would you classify TNA's library worth?
Probably like millions.
Well, I'm serious. I mean, I'm gonna say, give me an estimated money value, like for example, 24 years of a library.
Probably about 3-4. Probably like,
I don't know how much was the buyout for WCW?
$100,000, $110,000, something like that. It was chump change.
Wow.
So
I think it was like chump change.
24 year library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and only like maybe 3/4 of that is good, if that.
Well, you got to think about it. Some of that stuff was owned by NWA TNA at the time.
Yeah, you talk about NWA TNA, which actually that's how it started. So that was the good stuff. Then you get to that Kurt Angle era, but then you get to
Dixie Carter.
I love the Pete Angle era.
Kathleen Kennedy's fucking Star Wars. No, who's that?
Mr. Kennedy.
Are you talking about Dixie Carter?
Dixie Carter. There you go.
The Dixie Carter era.
You got the Dixie Carter era, which kind of brought that product down.
Well, she happened whenever she took ownership in 2005. She was never a mainstay character until 2006 on to 2010.
Yeah. But it was that later stuff that kind of brought that product down.
What brought it down to me is whenever Hulk Hogan got involved and changed everything to four-sided ring.
Yeah.
At Genesis 2009.
Well, you know what? Everybody says that they love the four-sided ring. They said a lot of wrestlers say they hated that six-sided ring.
They did because it was so it was tight. It was so tight, and I understand that. I get it.
They even shot about it in an interview, like with Jeff Jarrett, all those guys.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it, though, man, is, in my personal opinion, even though it was a lot more what they call dangerous, or a lot of accidents could happen, a lot of injuries could happen, there was really no injuries that ever took place in that six-sided ring. Think about it. Mm-hmm. It was stiffer. It was a lot stiffer. It was a lot smaller. But tell me one instance that six-sided ring caused a lot of problems.
No, they said it was but they said a lot of wrestlers complained about it. They said they didn't like it.
They complained about it, but they were never hurt in it. Mm-hmm. Now, do y'all remember Elevation X? Do y'all remember Elevation X? The scaffold on top of, like, the way up in the air. The only way to win is knock your opponent to the freaking mat or knock them off into the ground. That to me was like, all right, I want to commit suicide today.
That would be something came up by Vince Russo.
No.
Yeah. Well, then you have to complain about New Jack and what you call it, what was it? Like, I can't feel my legs, so he's not gonna need them.
I can't believe Von Wagner showed up as a security guard for AEW. But then again, this is Von Wagner.
Come Tuesday. I can't
Like I
believe
said-
he called it.
Like I said, my big go back and watch AEW just for a little bit, and you could see that guy in front of that board.
Von Wagner.
Yeah.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Wasn't he the one that came out on 2.0 and was like supposed to be the next big star? And then
Yeah, apparently, according to Vince, he was the next Edge.
Hey, you never know.
Oh my god!
Hey, you never know who's going to be the next big star. So, but
It
the
looks
one
like,
who's
it looks like a
killing
big
it right now in
deal.
NXT, I say, is Stephanie Vercure, double champion.
double champ, dude. Oh my god. And defended it last night for both.
Twice.
Oh my god, dude. And Phil, as much shit as you gave WWE, dude, you haven't gave WWE under Triple H any chance. This ain't Vinny, man. This ain't VKM run.
Yeah.
This is Triple H.
This
is
Vince
all
McMahon-
black.
Officially, the Vince McMahon era is done.
Dude, this is all like black and gold NXT. If I'm going to be honest with you, this shit's like a rocket ship, bro. It really is a rocket ship over there, and they're doing shit there that I'm like, I'm pissed off because other companies should be trying to do this shit before them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they're like, nope, we're going to do that. 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 Nope, we're going to do that, and everybody else is like, well, fuck, what can we do? Oh, we can have what we don't want to do anymore.
Yep.
Well, what's that? Suck. You can have all the suck. Here's all our fucking suck. Enjoy it. And I hate it's true.
CM Punk right now, man, killing it,
dude. What he did at Glasgow when he
What?
at Monday Night Raw. You watched it, Josh.
Yeah,
Wow.
He got
Wow.
heat.
He got murdered, dude. He as soon as he walked out, they crucified him. It's like it's a whole different era over there, man. Like they don't forget. People don't understand. People don't understand. European fans are the most fucking loyal people when it comes to sports. Hell, they make up fucking songs and chants and shit.
Oh, I know. I remember what they did in England, though, at the All Out. You know, like All Out there when Jack Perry's out there, all in 2024. They were yelling, chanting, "Fuck CM Punk, fuck CM Punk."
They don't forget.
Yeah,
shit.
but
They don't forget, dude.
I know a lot of people blame CM Punk for this, but you got to realize how much backstage bullshit happened on that.
Well, dude, there's a lot of blame to go around a lot of places. All right,
Yeah,
there's a lot.
It was everybody, you know, in my opinion.
Here's what I'm going to say, and I hate bringing this shit up ever again. What took place in 2023
was bullshit.
The All In,
the brawl out,
it was stupid.
Yeah,
it shouldn't have happened.
brawl out.
But unfortunately, it did, and it ruined. To me, it kind of ruined how I feel about CM Punk. And unfortunately, you know, because I supported that guy. Here's the thing: I supported him when he left WWE. I supported that because
Wait, hold on, time out. It was Brawl Out 2022, wasn't it? It was Brawl Out 2022 and Brawl In 2023.
Yeah. Here's the thing:
Okay.
I supported Punk when he left WWE in 2014. You know, because you know I knew some bullshit was going on even then with Vince and everything.
All right. Look. This is all I'm going to say about all this, right? Fuck the bullshit. All right. There's a lot of people to be blamed for a lot of shit. CM Punk can be blamed for it. Ace Steel could be blamed for it. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We honestly still have no 100% proof of what happened behind those closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
All we have is what rumored to happen, what rumored did not happen, this happened, this didn't happen, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah.
So you're thinking I'm missing out on a lot of good stuff WWE is doing right now?
Yes, dude, because, I mean, I'm not the biggest Punk supporter there is. I'm not. I especially after the shit he pulled with Sami Zayn in the middle of that match, that heel stick that he pulled, you're not even on my level. I'm going to WrestleMania. You're not.
Oh, fuck that.
Dude, that made me want to fucking punch him in the face. Because that shit, some shit don't sit well with me. I get it. I get it. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
But at the same token, you have to prove yourself to the masses, not to the people just backstage. Yeah, they're the people that sign your check. They're the people that get you paid. But you still have to put on that fucking fake ass smile and go out there and kiss babies and shake hands. You do. If you're a face, you do.
Yeah.
And if you don't do those, if you don't check all those marks, you're going to be what is known as a faker. You know, you're going to be known as, no. Because the biggest faker of them all, and I'll say this wholeheartedly, and people might hate this what I'm about to say, the biggest fake face was Roddy Piper. He would tell you, you cheer for me, but I am not the one you cheer for.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
Because
he was the biggest heel for years.
And whenever everybody was cheering, he was like, "Oh yeah. You think I'm the good guy, right? I'm the great guy. I'm the one. I'm not." Because what he did to Morton Downey Jr., spraying that fucking shit, like, "Oh yeah, smoke another one," and did all that. People cheered that. He's like, "Oh, you want to cheer?"
Nobody liked Morton.
No, because he was a douchebag. But he was a douchebag, and Vince McMahon made Roddy Piper go out there and be that douchebag.
Oh yeah.
But Piper was like, "Vince, they're going to cheer me." He's like, "Yeah, that's the point." And he's like, "I don't want to be cheered." "Why not?" "Because you make more money." He's like, "I make plenty of money being who I am." But the thing about it is, Roddy Piper was the ultimate hate, but you always wanted to cheer him. No matter what he did, even in WrestleMania 1, whenever he was supposed to be this ultimate bad guy, I, as a kid, wanted to cheer for him. And I'm 6 years old, 7, maybe 6.5, almost 7. I wanted to cheer for Roddy Piper. Hell, I was a big fan of Mr. T and Hulk Hogan at that time, but I really, really, really wanted to cheer for fucking Roddy Piper.
I think as a kid, I probably would have cheered for the Iron Sheik. Probably, I don't know why.
And do you remember?
Russia number one, America.
And then you have Roddy Piper with Snuka.
Oh God, dang!
I'm kind of glad he did it to Snuka now.
Well, you don't understand, dude. When he did that, people were like, "I can't believe he did that."
Yeah, pissed. It's like if you go back, that's like some racist shit. It's like, here's something from your home country. Bah!
And it wasn't really, I wouldn't say racist. Most.
You're talking about a guy that played the bagpipes with La Cucaracha on the bagpipes as the Mexican national anthem in front of thousands of Mexicans in a stadium in California.
Again, that it's still funny as shit. I don't care what you say.
If I would have laughed too.
Fucking funny, but the man was jeered, but you always wanted to cheer him. Hogan was always the guy you kids idolized. They worshipped him. They say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
Take your vitamins, brother.
CM Punk is not that guy. CM Punk is the guy that goes, I don't even like to be here right now. I'm doing it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even consider him an anti-hero. I would consider him a
He's a phony.
Dude, how can you call yourself the best of anything when you lose every fucking UFC real fight you had?
You only had like, what, 4?
Yeah. And one of them got overturned because the dude had a fucking drug come back in his post-fight thing, and they overturned that loss to a win.
But
Hey,
still,
guys,
but right now you got to admit he's killing it.
He's killing it. But is he a face, Josh, or is he a heel?
You
can't say he's a tweener. He is not a tweener.
He's ever what you ever need him to be.
But is he right now? Is he right now? Right now, as we're
right now, he's a face.
You think so?
Yeah.
You really think so? So you think he is the face between
we lost
him and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns is not the face?
I think they're all faces, honestly. This is one where it could go either way. Yeah, Phil knocked out.
I think he was
weighing him down.
No, he's back.
But here's everybody thing on it. It's like each one. There we go. Each one of them between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk right now. It's just like each one of them is killing it right now. They're getting. It could go either way. They could turn on CM Punk. They could turn on Roman Reigns. They could turn right around on Seth Rollins. This is actually gonna be a really good match.
It's gonna be a great match now, but who's going to come out on top? And who's going to come out as top as the face, and who's going to come out as top as the heel? I don't think the person who loses this match becomes the heel.
Oh, God.
The person who takes the pinfall is going to maintain whatever the fuck they were before.
Yeah. I don't see.
I'm going to tell you who I pick. This is me predicting right now. Roman Reigns wins. CM Punk costs Seth Rollins. He's going to hit him with a go to sleep. Then Reigns is going to spear him. And then CM Punk is just going to stand there and let it happen. Because he really doesn't have any beef with Roman. Roman has beef with CM Punk because of the wise man.
Yeah.
I think Phil froze. Whoa. Phil froze. I think he's lagging.
And he's asleep now.
Oh, he is tired. We will continue this next week, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, it's getting late.
Yeah. So, without further ado, thank you, Big Country, for hanging out with us tonight, man. That was an amazing time with you. Thank you so much. Like you said, Justin, what is it? Justin Paul Sports, is that what it is?
Hold on, me scroll it.
I'm going that too as we're speaking.
Yeah,
Justin Paul Sports.
Look him up on YouTube, Justin Paul Sports.
Yeah, go up there and check him out.
If you're looking for tips for inside betting, he's the man.
Yeah, for real, dude. He'll make you money. Remember, he's not just the prettiest face on the earth or whatever he called himself. Whatever. No, I was playing, man.
Oh, there he is.
He is right there. He's like, "Oh, I'm still here, motherfuckers." So yeah, it's like y'all still
on YouTube. So
Yeah, check him out. Yeah, definitely. And hang out with him and get to know him. Great guy. Thank you again for being here tonight, man. I do appreciate you.
Good, Justin.
Yeah, and as always, if you're not watching Ringside Rants or even listening to us,
you're doing life wrong, brother.
Exactly. And we're not just food to eat, ladies and gentlemen. We're also
food for the ears, baby.
And on that note, motherfuckers, party hard, party life, live life, treat each other with kindness, and by all means, tip 20%. No, not yet. Tip 20% at the restaurants. Seriously, tip 20%. And on that note, hey Phil, do you have any?
Good night.
Okay, cool.
Oh shit! Phil's beard's attacking my leg right now. Oh god!